Welcome back in. Road to the Championships, game number 2 here, the boys game in Rosepine. It'll be the Eagles and the Stanley Panthers moments from now. Again, they're getting some shots up here in the warm-up lines. Sean Larken with you, Derrick to my right. Mike Holt back in studio. Just joining us, the Lady Eagles win big in their season opener over the Lady Panthers on Stanley, 64-19. Again, just an emphatic start. Good shooting from beyond the arc. And Lady Eagles now 1-0. Stanley drops to 4-3. And we shift gears to the boys game. And unlike the Lady Eagles, who the year prior, after the back-to-back state championships, they did have a lot of roster turnover and production loss. This year they did not. However, the boys cannot say the same. It's a flip-flop, basically. Last year's team did something that had not been done here at this school for the first time since the year I was born, and that is go to the state semifinals. They did it in arguably the toughest division in the bracket in high school basketball. They did it in that Division III select bracket, where they ultimately ended their season in the semis to Calvary Baptist. But out goes head coach Logan Maddox, now on to bigger and better things. So he says, his words, not mine. No, we love Coach Maddox. He is out at Leesville vice principal. Rosepine's new coach came from Leesville. The boys coach last year, if you were on the road with us last year, Coach John Howell now takes over here at Rosepine, his first season. And look, that was a senior-heavy class last year. And all those guys, Hayden Brister, Manny Brownlee, Aiden Shell, Zane Willmaker, all those names that you remember the last few years, they have moved on. But again, the one thing Coach Maddox did do, he played a lot of dudes. So still a lot of depth on this team. And again, a semifinal appearance last year, they were looking to just build on that and continue to be a force here in the area. But again, Coach Howell takes over in year 1 here after the move from Leesville. And I'm excited to see this group. Look, again, we said it, Hayden Brister, one of the best guards that I've seen, and one of the best players at the school, actually. So, look, it was a lot of fun getting to watch him and Manny, but you've got guys, especially Jacob Norris, coming back, the 2 Sporer twins back as well. Ross Gregoire played a lot as a freshman. He'd come in off the bench. Now he's going to have a bigger role, and obviously working his way back, who they're going to lean on a lot if you watched or followed during the summer. Jacob Norris coming back. Jacob's been starting since he was in the 8th grade. He is now a junior. Again, working his way back from football season that just ended a couple of weeks ago. So he will be quickly into the rotation for Coach Howell. But again, off the bench for the start of this one. But again, game 1 for the Eagles. And if you will, please excuse me, I did not get this roster for the boys until about 5 minutes ago. And as soon as Derrick gets done writing, I will give you those starters. And again, we will wrap up the girls' game again with the final scoring totals. Derrick hands it off to me. What's up? What you got? Oh, man, he went first name and last letter. That ain't no good. So if you need this, you need that? Go ahead, Amber. You got it. That's what he had given me earlier. So Jacob started. Okay. There we go. Look, I'm trying to get this together. So what he had given me yesterday had the starters on it.
Okay, I'm ready. All right,
so, by the way, John 0, Jack is 13.
John is 0, Jack is 13.
And it's John in the mid-circle. They're twins. I'll get that messed up all year. Ross Gregoire, John Sporer,
Jack, okay.
Brandon Jackson, Jacob Norris in the starting lineup as well. I think that's Hunter Vaughn over there. I'll get you the starters for Stanley as Sporer gets it over to Jacob Norris. We're underway. Eagles going from right to left. They'll get it to John Sporer up top to Hunter Vaughn. Vaughn swings it out to Jacob. Again, those of you who have followed and listened, Sister Kelly now doing it up at LSUA, 2-time state champ. And Jacob gets it down low to John. for the easy deuce, and the Eagles are on the board. Again, Jacob, it starts as an 8th grader. He's gotten better every year. He was on that starting lineup last year that absolutely lit it up. Active hands here in the passing lane by Vaughn. Gets it to Gregoire, up ahead to Jacob Norris with the left hand high off the window. It's in. A quick 4-0 spurt here for the Eagles. Stanley starters, Logan Pickney, J. Will Williams, Xavier Thomas, Demontre Suggs, and Connor Hatcher. Again, it's going to be hard. Suggs with it now. I got the roster right before we tipped, so bear with us.
So it's the Hatcher. He drives, looks.
Hatcher to Williams, J. Will. We got a J-Dub at pitching and a J. Will here at Stanley. Maybe they'll face off. Stanley is Class B. 3 ball out on the wing, no good. That one from Demontre Suggs, who they call Junior. So we may just call him Junior Suggs.
You know what, that works. You know, that works for me.
Demontre, that's a lot, man. I'd say he'd win Scrabble because Xavier's got a couple of Z's and V's in there. 4-0, Ross Gregoire will get it up ahead to John Spoor, who I had down as Jack because Coach Howell gave it to me. He told me it was Jack. Ross Gregoire played a lot last year. Will get it to Norris. Jacob lines up a 3. The lefty, no good. Rebound, skied up for Panthers to have it. Logan Pickney. And now, careless with the basketball. Back to the Eagles it goes. 6:34 to play here in quarter number 1. Student section started to pile in. They were here for the Lady Eagles. Coach Kiley walking by with some pizza. His work's done here tonight.
He's going to just kick his feet up and enjoy the win.
That's it. He's got him a win. Hunter Vaughn had it there. Got it stripped on the way up, but it'll stay with the Eagles.
He was kind of looking at the ref for a foul, but, the ref was kind of playing just
he
let him play.
He's gonna be like, come on, young guy. You got to earn those. Gregoire triggers it in. Gets it back from Vaughn. And Vaughn is absolutely dump truck there, so it'll be a foul. Not on him.
I thought football season was over.
It is. Stanley doesn't have football, so that foul is on Xavier Thomas. And,
that's his first.
Vaughn took the worst of that one, and he didn't play football, so he didn't want any part of that. Now Norris has it over there on the elbow. On the roll, Vaughn has it. Nice pass there to Gregoire, and he has it sent out the door. Good block there by Junior Suggs. I think his brother were relative Jalen Suggs, number 10 on the roster as well. That one in. Quick inbounds play. John Spoor has a quick 4 points. Eagles 6, Panthers nothing.
It was so quick. I blinked.
No, I put my head down, and they were cheering. 3 ball from the wing on the left side, no good. Tap out, rebound control by the Panthers. That's an athletic rebound there from Logan Pickney. Little elbow jumper is Cash. Yeah, that was J. Will Williams, and he had a hand all in his grill there. 6-2, Stanley on the board. Back come the Eagles. Vaughn trying to take on the contact and finish through it. Unable to get that one to fall. Rebound back to Stanley. Pass here at free throw line. Jumper again. Same result. Just a little bit to the right. J. Will Williams with a quick 4. Now 6-4. Jacob Norris with it now. Being tackled there by Connor Hatcher. He'll get it over to Spoor, who has his pocket picked. And now Norris gets it over, throws it away.
It's a careless throw.
Yeah, frantic here as Suggs into the front court. And that's going to be...
I couldn't see.
That's an offensive foul. I thought that was the call, but the basket went in, so I didn't want to say it was an and one. But an offensive foul on Suggs as he was running down the floor looking to go up to the basket, and nice job to take the charge under there. I believe that was Norris. They'll get it to Vaughn. They break the press. John Spoor with it now, and he has it hooked away, and it hits off the head. There's hot potato out there right now. John Spoor with it over on the elbow. He'll take it in. Spin move, no good. Rebound by Pickney. One and done for the Eagles, who now lead 6-4 halfway through the opening quarter. Stanley in the road blues. Black numerals trimmed in white. A little white and blue trim around the neck and shoulders. 3 ball in the corner, right in front of the student section is Cash, Logan Pickney, and Panthers have their first lead, 7-6. Norris has it. That wasn't Hunter Vaughn right there. That was Jackson who hits the deck. Norris had it stripped under the basket, and again, some pressure here early. Coach Howell will go to the bench, and it'll be Jack Spoor to check in. Little elbow jumper from Jay Will is no good. Nice rebound there on the block out for Hunter Vaughn. He'll get it up to Jack Spoor. Spoor long, lengthy out here on the perimeter. He'll back in, get to his spot, shoot over a couple of defenders. And ain't too much you can do about that one, Derrick.
there's not much you can really do with that height advantage. He just used his own body just to back down his defender.
Yeah, shot over 2 guys as we'll have a couple of subs checking in for the Panthers.
And it looked like Stanley was trying to try to get some more size in here, try to deal with the Sawyer twins.
Catch and shoot 3 is good. Pickney has hit a couple here early.
He got 6 and a quarter.
And now the press. Gregoire has it. And a whistle. And that foul's going to be on Thomas. That's his second. Yeah, you said it. 6 points for Pickney, 4 from Jay Will. And Stanley leads 10-8.
That was a Thomas? That was Thomas?
Yeah, number 2.
Okay.
That's his second. 1 for Suds. And now if the give and go, Gregoire gets it, and he is into a mosh pit down there, and we have a whistle and a foul.
Hey, box 1.
And that is
Hatcher.
Yeah, I thought he put up a 2 late, but we're still not to the bonus yet. 4 fouls for Stanley. We will be on the next one. Nice inbounds play, and Vaughn couldn't get the roll there. Nearly shot it up amongst the treetops. Panthers with it, and a 2-point lead, 3:18 to play here in quarter number 1. Nice little jelly off the window by Junior Suds. Gets it to go over the defender, and it's 12-8. And Gregoire brings it up. Eagles down 4.
Wow, do I all that on?
That went off the head of Jackson, and a steal in transition. And the layup long, but the putback is there for Suds. I'm expecting a timeout from Coach Hall any moment now, and he finally does. So a frantic, actually, no, he hasn't called a timeout yet. 14-8, 2:54 to play.
It looked like Stanley will try to press, press the issue.
They've had some success here.
And that's
a near
100%
turnover, and now it goes into the hands of Jack Spoor.
We got body flying.
Jack to John. John to the rack.
Hey!
And
Josh Spoor.
holy cow, we've got a foul because count the basket. Oh, elevator. Oh, my.
Jalen So will pick up his first foul.
Yeah, he will. And he'll pick up a poster on his way out. John Spoor with the poster climbs the ladder. And he's at the free throw line. Everybody went back down, didn't hear the whistle. Oh, man, I didn't know he had it like that, but he just kept going.
just kept rising.
John Spoor gets the crowd in, and he's got 8. He's got 9. Oh, man. And we've got fireworks here in the Rosepine Gym. It's 14-11. I did not expect that to happen, and now he's got his hands on it again here with the steal.
That was Rogers who couldn't get his hands on the ball.
And now he'll try to go off the dribble. Coach from Stanley imploring for a foul on the little wing, and now Gregoire, a little hesitation move. He gets to the paint, goes up under the pump fake. Can't get it, but follows his shot with a rebound and throws up a circus shot, and it goes.
Okay, we guess we'll take that.
I am not sure how he got that one to go. That was the hardest of the shots he had under there.
I've seen that play before. It was a long time ago, but I've seen that play before.
14-13, Eagles down 1, under 2 minutes to play. The crowd back in it here. Stanley back on the attack. Penetrate, kick, turnover. And again, a couple of new subs in for Stanley. Jalen Suds back in, and now Jay Williams comes back in.
Azari Triplet get his action.
Yeah, Azari Triplet. He'll get some run here. But again, this place is unhinged now after. The problem was I was so shocked is I didn't have a whole lot of room to elevate like that.
No.
Usually you'll see that coming on a fast break. But he just took a couple of steps on the give and go to Gregoire. Gregoire gets into a pile, and that's an offensive foul. And Ross, again, he got in there last year, and it was, if you describe it, kind of like a bull in a china shop. He just gets in there full speed, hustles, and right there he just kind of ran into some bodies, and he'll pick up the offensive foul. Back it goes to the Panthers. Now with it, Hatcher. Now a turnover.
And this is what is going to kill Stanley's momentum is all these loose balls.
They were up, and now
a deep three.
Score from the parking lot. That was Jack. Jack scored a long rebound out. Back to the Eagles now. It's going to be picked by Pickney. Oh, nice little Euro, and he can't finish. That would have been a ridiculous finish. Jay Will with the offensive rebound, and that is smooth right there. Jay Will with 6. 16-13. Spoor with it now, trying to go baseline. And he'll just bully Jay Will Williams under there. John Spoor.
He has 11.
He's got 11. two of those emphatic, got the crowd on its feet and us. Jay Will at the elbow catches, but before he can get it out to the open man on the baseline, we got a foul, reach in. That is going to be Hunter Vaughn's first. Jacob Norris checks in, and Josh Robinson. Robinson, senior, came from Maryville. We saw him on the football field, played cornerback.
Justin Williams checks in for Stanley.
And now with 45 seconds and counting.
Pickney is in the corner.
Yeah, this is about the slowest pace. That could have been an offensive foul there for the little chicken wing trying to get around Norris. They'll pass this one to Will. They will. And a tie-up. Gregoire did a good job not to foul as he was up into the air, but he was able to just avoid the contact.
You got a basketball, right?
And it will be Stanley basketball as Ross Gregoire was ready to take it for the Eagles with 33.9 to play. Stanley still leads 16-15 on the catch.
It's been a very chaotic first quarter.
Justin Williams in now. Stanley going deep. Gregoire picks the pocket of Jay Will up to Norris. Jacob takes on the contact, high off the window and in. What a finish. Jacob Norris, no whistle. He's got 15 seconds to play. Eagles retake the lead, 17-16. Now some pressure here at half court. Getting around Norris goes Hatcher. He'll kick it out, wide open three. Pickney is good. And for the moment, he silences the crowd. He's got 9. 1 second. Norris from inside half court. Good if it goes. High off the window. No good, and the horn sounds. Energetic first quarter here between the Eagles and the Panthers, highlighted by John Sporer, climbing the ladder and posterizing one of the Stanley Panthers. But it's the Panthers who lead 19-17 after 1. You're listening to the Road to Championships on today's Country 105.7.
Hello, this is Sheriff Sam Kraft. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting and serving all citizens of Vernon Parish. Senior citizens need our protection and our watchful eyes. Adult taxpayers deserve law and order, and our youth need encouragement and support in order to succeed. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office will continue to work with area law enforcement agencies to provide a safe and wholesome environment for all of our families. We are proud to serve Vernon Parish and to call it home.
Healthcare is so important. That's why choosing the right pharmacy is just as important as seeing the right doctor. You want someone who treats you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way Pharmacy right here in Leesville is just that place. Thrifty Way Pharmacy is locally owned and operated by a caring and knowledgeable staff that will treat you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way cares for our community. Come home. Come to Thrifty Way Pharmacy. Thrifty Way Health Mart, caring for you and about you. Thrifty Way, your hometown choice.
Eagles start with it. Catch and shoot three from Sporer. Jack, no good, but Eagles still have it. Extra pass, Norris. That one rolls out on Jack again. Jacob still has it. He's got a couple. And trying to dribble out of about 6 Panthers, he gets it to Ross Gregoire. I don't know how. Nice cut by Robinson. Robinson goes up, but he's fouled.
I was trying to get the words out. He looked like the Harlem Globetrotters.
He did. He was kept his dribble spinning out. And we will have 2 shots.
24, wasn't it?
Fouls on 24?
That's 24.
Fouls on 24. 24.
Okay.
No, there is no 2.
Yeah, he's on.
Hold on. 24. 24. Okay, so he calls the foul on 2. 2's here. 24. 24 is definitely who the foul was on.
And they're just trying to, they're a little confusing.
Look, I mean, Derrick, I'll say this. Should be hard to differentiate 2 and 24, brother. If you know what I'm talking about.
I would say they both got blue shoes on.
They got blue shoes, blue pants. Here we go.
Thank you. That was Connor Hatcher who picked up the foul. The second of that first half.
What me and Derrick were trying to insinuate here is Connor Hatcher is white, and Xavier Thomas is black. But 24 is who the foul is on.
Josh Robinson
makes the first free throw.
Shots up, and he drains the second one.
Yeah, I mean, look, everybody in the stands, like even the Rosepine guys, were 24. He was in the vicinity. So the Eagles tied up here, first points of the second quarter. Again, it was 19-17 Stanley after 1. Logan Pickney At 9. Hatcher gets it over, and this one is going to be no good by Junior Suggs, but we have a whistle underneath the basket. And that's going to be on Robinson. Again, Robinson coming from Maryville.
That's his first.
His first. But yeah, this is a Rosepine team that went all the way to the semis last year. Went to Newman as the first free throw was good from Suggs. He's got 5, hit 4 in the first quarter. Went to Newman and basically ended Randy Livingston's coaching career. Knocked him out, the 3-time defending champs. Randy Livingston's quit after that amongst a lot of recruiting violations.
And he couldn't get the second one to fall.
1 of 2, and Robinson gets the rebound, gets to Gregoire, who gets it now to John Spoor, who electrified the masses here in the gym with a posterization in the first quarter. Norris, lot of contact, no whistle. Ball goes to the Panthers, but Norris went up amongst the treetops. He got hacked.
Actually, he goes to the Eagles.
Okay, so they changed possession, and I thought there was going to be a whistle there. On the inbound catch and shoot. That one flat, no good, but right to Norris it goes. He's got about 5 offensive rebounds. John Spoor trying to go behind the back, loses it, has his pocket picked. Hatcher with it into the front court. He'll put on a stop. Shot affected there by Jack Spoor, and now a scramble for the loose basketball. Jay Will, a little elbow or a jumper from inside of 10 feet, no good. Stanley comes out of there with it. Xavier Thomas puts it back out to reset.
Does show his athleticism with that, just a crazy rebound.
Yeah, that was nuts. Back door goes Hatcher. He'll kick it out. Now back up to reset the offense. They'll get it back to Jermantis Suggs. High off the window, no good, and this is going to be Jack Spoor with the rebound. I'll get the scores mixed up all season long. Into the hands of Jacob Norris. The lefty steps into a 3-ball. That one off the back iron, no good, and there's a scramble for the rebound. Ross Gregoire unable to corral it. Back to the Panthers, who lead 20-19, 6:20 to play the half. Okay, for just joining us, Lady Eagles won the first game. I have no idea what my papers are, but I'll let you know whenever I find them. 64-19. Lady Eagles start 1-0. Nice cut in the paint there. Easy lay-in. Somebody fell asleep on the back end, and Jermontre Suggs has 7. The lead is 3. John Spoor with it. He had 11 in the first quarter. He gets it here, and this time he just lays it in with a little finesse. He's got 13. His first points in the second quarter. Eagles trail by 1. Stanley back into the front court. Crossing the midcourt logo is Thomas. Xavier Thomas. We'll get it back over to Suggs. Suggs, leading scorer. I beg your pardon. Pickney has 9. He's got 7. Norris gets away with a hold there. Hatcher trying to go in. And on the miss, the rebound putback is good.
Suggs again.
Yes, Suggs with 5 here in the quarter. He's tied for the scoring lead. Well, the Panthers scoring lead. They swing out. John to Jack. Jack back to John. He'll step into a 3 at the top of the key. That one no good. Long rebound out. Ross Gregoire, nice hustle, but he throws it right to Pickney. Stanley leads 24-21, 5:10 to play in the half. Norris and Gregoire get a double team up top. They'll get it back to Thomas. Thomas will reset. Guarded by Jack Spoor. Nice cut there by Hatcher. Penetrates, kicks, corner 3 in front of the students. That one off the back iron, no good. Scramble for loose ball. J. Will Williams has it. Oh, and Norris. Yeah, that was a foul. And again, no ill will or ill intent there. He just tried to come down and block him. Immediately tries to help him up. Good sportsmanship there. Jacob Norris pick up the foul.
His first of the first half.
And again, Jacob just trying to go up and block the shot immediately helped Jay Will. Yeah, there's nothing to do when you're in the air. I know that. Again, watched a little bit of the Eagles jamboree against Pickering. That got out of hand early. It was 35-0 and then 35-1. 51-4, 50-4 was the final. So the Eagles getting a tougher test here as Jay Will Williams gets his first here in the quarter. He's got 7 total. The lead is 25-21. Coach Howell pacing here on the sideline. And Jay Will knocks them both down. There's a 7-4 quarter advantage for Stanley, and that prompts a timeout from Coach Howell. Take it with him. Stanley leads Rosepine 26-21, 4:53 to play the half. The road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent David Heyman is your go-to agent in Leesville for service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent David Heyman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 337-239-9999 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to underwriting requirements.
Back here in Rosepine after the timeout, Coach Howe, his Eagles down by 5 to Stanley. The Panthers have come in, and they look like the team that is 5-1. And that's the thing of these Class B and C schools. They get going early. They don't have no football. Nice pass. Robinson gets blocked. Took some contact, no whistle. But again, nice job to run the floor and find the void. It'll go to the Panthers, all for naught, though. J. Will Williams gets it over to his teammate. Can't tell who that is over there. Okay, that's Sutz. He was getting blocked by Norris the whole way. At the top of the key, Xavier Thomas. I'm going to get confused with Xavier Thomas, LSU receiver / kickoff punt returner. So that would have been a tough make there, but following the shot, laying it in, is Connor Hatcher, his first bucket. The lead is 7, 28-21 with 4:17 to play.
You know, as much time you call Hatcher, I really thought, and as we call Hatcher, he got a steal.
Yep, Hatcher with the steal.
Hatcher really has been, his impact been on the game, even though it has not been putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, doing so well, they didn't even call a foul on him. Then he did get one. They just wasn't sure. 28-21, Eagles got to tighten things up here. They turned it over a lot. And looking for some answers. And that's an offensive foul. And you can probably credit the Oscar for Jacob Norris because he kind of embellished it a little bit, but that'll be an offensive foul.
Even though he was on the other side of the court, I can see it from the scorer's table that he definitely used his elbow.
There was some extension of the arm.
That's his third.
Cedric Scott all over that one. His third, you're right. And again, if you're Rosepine, you want to get these guys into some foul trouble because they've affected you, their athleticism. John Spoor rises up. He hadn't gotten one to fall from there yet.
Thatcher again.
That was one thing the Eagles did well last year. They shot it from beyond the arc. They lit it up, scoring 80, 90 a game. Sometimes they get it in triple digits. But right now, 28-21 with 3.5 to play in the half. Hatcher with it at the top of the key. They'll get it over to Jalen Sudge. Jalen Sudge gets it over to the other Sudge, Demontrix. And now that is a turnover. Nice job by Josh Robinson to trail the play and force the errant pass. Hunter Vaughn will check in, as will Ethan Cordova for the Panthers. Panthers lead in the quarter 9-4. Eagles just 2 points from John Spoor and Josh Robinson.
That's right. Let me ask you this. Have you ever known anybody who played at Stanley or
played at Stanley?
Well, I don't know where Stanley is from.
I'll tell you after this possession here. John Spoor going in, takes the contact, count the basket and the foul, blocking foul again. John Spoor is too much down there.
That is 4 for him in the quarter.
That is J. Will Williams' first. You're right. He's up to 15, leading all scorers. And now he's got a chance to convert another and one. The first time he was at the line, he cashes that one in. First time he converted an and one was on the back end of a poster. Climbing the ladder.
Talk about a screensaver.
I was not ready.
I would want that one as my wallpaper.
The last time I saw somebody dunk on someone, I'll tell you after this possession here, Eagles force a turnover. They do. It's John into the front court. He's got Norris with him. Nice ball fake. He'll lay it off the window. Count the basket and the foul. John Spoor starting to take over here in the second quarter. Again, there's nothing you can do when that guy's down the lane. He's got 18. And now he'll have a free throw to try to convert his second and one 3-point play in as many possessions. That one he leaves short. Announcer's jinx there. Rebound out to Robert Rogers. So Stanley, I'll tell you what they have done. They've gone deep.
Is that Cordova on that steal? On that foul?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
No, it was 20. I think 20. We'll get that at halftime, and we'll double check for all you listeners. Robert Rogers has it now, and up top, he'll give way to Sudds. Sudds to Hatcher. Hatcher gives it back to J. Will Williams. Now a little step back just inside the three-point line. It's no good. John Spoor pulls down the rebound, and he tells everyone slow it down with 2:13 to play. Eagles trail by 2. Katire take the lead here. Spoor a little inside-out hesitation dribble. He's tied up, trying to go in between the bodies of the Panthers. And that'll be possession arrow to Stanley. And again, just a little frantic there as Spoor, they're going to just kind of clog that lane up. And Again, Rosepine's ran into a couple of times where they've just got tied up and turned it over. 2 minutes in the half. Stanley leads by 2, 28-26. Been a good one. Good back and forth. Stanley with the basketball here in the front court. They'll go to J. Will Williams. Tried to go up between the spores, and he's blocked, but he gets the rebound and now a whistle. And a foul. Hunter Vaughn over there on the ground near the baseline. And also, again, I talked to you, okay, it'll be actually no foul, but it'll be Rosepine basketball. And I told you, the listeners, and, well, everyone else, Derrick, Mike, the Lady Eagles play Tioga this weekend. It's Buckeye on Saturday, picking Thursday. It's in the Tioga tournament. One of the games will be at Ash. One of the games will be at Tioga. We'll let you know. It's Jack and John Spoor at the top. Now John with it. He has started to take over this basketball game. Sees the triple team. Kicks it out. Somebody's got to be open. Norris, extra pass from Gregoire. The three is no good. And the rebound pulled down by Pinckney with 1:20 to play. I can tell you what, if that keeps happening, the Eagles are going to just have to start making shots because they're going to get them wide open. Still a 2-point game. And eventually you just play the percentages, they'll fall. Cross-court skip pass over to Pinckney. Pinckney back over to Hatcher. Hatcher swings it around. Wing three is short. Rebound tapped up. Spoor, the tallest, gets the rebound. John stuffing the stat sheet. 1 minute to play here in the half. Nice pass to Jacob Norris, who gets it to go off the window through the contact. Jacob has 6, his first points here in the second quarter, and we are tied. 50 seconds to play, and I've dropped my pen. No clue where it is. We'll find it at halftime. It's down in here somewhere. Amber with the assist, pulls it back to my binder.
J.
Will in a double team, gets it out. Suggs rises up, floater no good, tap out no good, but it'll stay with the Panthers. And student section didn't like that one. They've got maybe the best view of it other than the referees, but the referee said nope. Panther basketball with 35.9 to play. They'll get it in. Pinckney gets it up to the top. J. Will Williams, little stop and pop through the contact, and he gets the home roll, even though he's a Stanley Panther. J. Will Williams with double figures. Vaughn spins into a triple team and loses it. Rosepine's got to stop driving into the blue jerseys. 20 seconds to play in the half. Stanley 30, Rosepine 28.
And it looks like Stanley going to try to take the last shot. And
that's a loose ball. Again, no kick ball there.
I was just going to say.
And Norris got into the double team late, and that would have been something if Rosepine could have maybe got to that one. 10 seconds left, and Stanley had to inbound at the length of the floor.
With 10 seconds, I think you can get one shot off.
You can, and if you're Rosepine, you should press. You should get up in their face. They will guard the length of the floor. It's Gregoire. He makes Stanley give it up. 6 seconds. Hatcher with it. They break the press and tries to keep his dribble, and he will slide on down out of bounds. Touches the baseline. 1.8 to play in the half. We'll see who can heave it up the best. It'll be Gregoire to trigger it. And John Spoor. They'll go to Jacob Norris to Spoor. Good if it goes from half court. Off the window and the front rim. What a great little inbounds play at the half. But it's no good. And it is Stanley at the break, leading Rosepine 30-28. We will take a break, tally up the totals, and we will finish up our Gridiron Gumbo show. Again, at the break here in game number 2. It's Stanley 30, Rosepine 28. You're listening to the Road to the Championships on today's Country 105.7.
Buying, selling, or refinancing your home? Let the Rethink Title Company work for you. Have a commercial real estate transaction? We can do that too. With over 35 years experience as a full-service real estate title company, we strive to provide personal attention and efficient results throughout the entire settlement process, giving you peace of mind. Give us a call at 337-404-4060 or stop by our office at 116 East Lula Street in Leesville. The team at Rethink Title are proud supporters of our area students and athletes and wish the best of luck on their future endeavors.
Dale Peterson, pharmacist, and the staff at Rosepine Family Pharmacy are proud supporters of the Road to the Championships. Rosepine Family Pharmacy knows that the combination of academics and athletics help young people become well-adjusted citizens. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Call 337-462-0177. Serving the community since 1985, choose your hometown pharmacy to fill your prescription needs.
Are you paying your bank to hold your money? If so, it's time to make the switch to a bank with totally free checking. Sabine State Bank offers free checking with no fees, no minimum balance, no balance requirements, no analysis fees, and we still include check images in your statements without a fee. There is even a free small business account. If you really want free checking, stop by one of our convenient 45 locations. Sabine State Bank. Our goal, your future success. Member FDIC.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be
Really the refund.
limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Answer the call. Become an EMT in 12 weeks. Acadian Ambulance and the National EMS Academy are looking for dedicated people just like you to join their upcoming EMT class. With convenient hybrid training, you can become a certified medic and start saving lives. EMT positions are open right here in central Louisiana and across our 4-state service area. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. Seats are limited, so don't wait. Visit becomeamedic.com to get started. That's becomeamedic.com.
The best steakhouse in Leesville, you may ask? Why, that would be the Wagon Master Steakhouse, of course. Cut fresh daily certified Angus beef sirloins, ribeyes, fillets, and so much more. Tender, juicy steaks, chicken, burgers, or even some fried fish. With all the selections on their kid menus, even the pickiest little cowpoke in your family will have their taste buds satisfied. Enjoy one of their many ice-cold draft beer selections. Watch the game while chowing down on one of their delicious appetizers like a tumbleweed or some bacon-wrapped shrimp. Open daily at 11 a.m. Sure hope to see y'all soon at Wagon Master Steakhouse in Leesville.
Hello, this is Sheriff Sam Kraft. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting and serving all citizens of Vernon Parish. Senior citizens need our protection and our watchful eyes. Adult taxpayers deserve law and order, and our youth need encouragement and support in order to succeed. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office will continue to work with area law enforcement agencies to provide a safe and wholesome environment for all of our families. We are proud to serve Vernon Parish and to call it home.
Back here at halftime of the boys' game, where it's visitors, the Stanley Panthers up 2 on the Eagles, 30-28 at the half. Jack Sport leads all scores with 18. I guess we'll go down the Rosepine list, but he leads all with 18. Jacob Norris was 6, 2 apiece for Josh Robinson and Ross Gregoire. As for the Panthers, a little bit more balanced. Only one player in double figures, but 2 right there at 9. J. Will Williams with 10, 9 apiece for Jamontra Sudds and Logan Pickney, 2 points for Connor Hatcher. Again, it's been a lot of the press athleticism that's affected Rosepine. I think they don't have a true ball handler to get it up the floor yet. I think that'll come. I think it'll probably be Jacob Norris whenever he gets settled in, kind of gets comfortable back into basketball shape. If you joined us late, Lady Eagles, they start 1-0, 64-19 over Stanley. 20 points from Case James. 3 Lady Eagles in double figures. Case with 20, Brooklyn Cavs 14, Haley Calco with 11. 7 points from Allie Wilson O'Banion off the bench. Raylan Ferris with 5. Marley Jones with 3. Sydney Davis with 2. And Kinley Wilson O'Banion with 2. So we've got a little bit of time. Let's get back into some football talk here. We left our segment with hating the Falcons, which is nothing wrong with that. You know, I mean, if you want, we can just hate. We can actually quit the basketball broadcast and talk about how much the Falcons suck and how poverty they are. But look, before that, I mean, there were some more games this weekend.
We don't have that much time for that.
There was some more. Yeah, we don't actually. But there were some games this week that we wanted to talk about, and one of them was Denver, Kansas City. And look, Denver's won 8 in a row. Sean Payton knows how to get on winning streaks. Derrick, I'm going to tell you this, man. I know. No. Well, we'll start with the Broncos first.
Okay.
But there's a lot of teams in the AFC that are really, really good. Okay. And Denver's one of them. And Buffalo, surely. I mean, like we'll get into the Kansas City thing as well. But I'm going to say this. Ain't a whole lot of teams going to go to Denver with that defense and win if they get the
I am all high, no.
Absolutely not. And look, Sean Payton has had home field advantage a couple of times in his coaching career. Should be 2 for 2 in Super Bowl appearances, if not for some incompetence by the officials. But that place with that defense, they harass Patrick Mahomes all day. And look, the offense is what it is at this point. Bo Nix, I still ain't sold on him as just being an elite quarterback, but they do enough to just get it done. And it seems like every week it's Will Lutz for the win as time expires for the Broncos.
I don't know, because I seen a podcast earlier today about asking, would you rather go play the Patriots in Foxborough or play the Broncos in Denver?
So that's actually a pretty good question, because it's probably going to be between one of those two teams in the top of the AFC. I just say when you can have a defensive line like Denver has,
and
it's not even close as far as leading the league in sacks. When you have that, you can win a game.
And mind you, they're playing and they do all this without Patrick Surtain.
Yes, like the defensive player of the year from last year is not even on the field. And they're still – I mean, Patrick Mahomes he didn't look good. He looked awful. And look, there for a minute, they took the lead. They get Travis Kelce involved. He scores. But everything that the Chiefs did looked impossible. It looked hard. Like –
and
that's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean, you said it last year that the offense already was looked diminishing from the year before that.
Yeah.
The defense was the only thing that was really keeping them alive. So.
And look, this game did end on a last-second field goal.
No.
But the Chiefs won every one of those last year.
Yeah.
Now they're
0-6.
Yeah, and everybody says, well, wow, how can you just win 13 of the one score? Because eventually the balances balance out. That's how it goes. You're not gonna be that lucky every time because it's a variance that's gonna balance itself out.
That's the same how you felt. That's how we felt about, like you said, they went on 11-0 at one point.
Yeah. And
everybody was saying there's no way they can keep getting away with this. And they showed it last year in the Super Bowl.
So as of right now, they're the 9 seed. They're on the outside looking in.
But they're also tied with the Jags and the Texans, and they have the
tiebreaker. Jacksonville has the tiebreaker over them. The Chargers right now has the tiebreaker. The Bills at 7-3 has the tiebreaker. The problem is the division is out of reach at this moment. There's no margin for error anymore for Kansas City.
I think they can drop. If anything, they can.
The only thing they have is the tiebreaker over the Ravens, based on head-to-head win percentage right now, and the Ravens are 10.
But the Ravens will win the division.
Probably so. I mean, I don't disagree there.
Aaron Rodgers is out with a fractured wrist.
Yeah, and look, that didn't matter last week, but it does get tougher this week. Let's get into our picks real quick, and we can talk some more NFL. But I wanted to brag on us. We did pretty well. Mike, back at studio, you and Derrick, both 10-5 this week. I went 8-7. Continue to just roll right along. Derrick, I think this is your best in college number, 6-1. You went 6-1 in college. I went 3-4. Mike 4-3. If you want someone to blame for you not going 7-0, you can blame Harlem Berry for sliding down and not scoring, because that is how Arkansas covered that spread. That is exactly why Arkansas covered, and we all did not win that game. Mike, 6-2 in NFL. Okay. I went 5-3. You were 4-4. Look, a couple of the games, we were all on OU. They won straight up. I had Pitt. They lost to Notre Dame. We were all on USC except Derrick. We all were on Georgia. The Dogs just hammered Texas. Florida wins, covers over Ole Miss. They were winning that game. Me and Derrick were on that. I was on NC State for some reason. They lost by like a gazillion. In the NFL, we were all on the Bengals. It was close for a minute. The Jags, me and Mike were on that. They blew the Chargers out. The Bills beat the Bucks. I was on the Bucks trying to get one. It was a great game late. We were all on the Panthers. Panthers won in overtime. We were all on the Giants, and we got it by 0.5 point. That's why you get that 7.5. I was on Seattle. Mike was on Seattle. The Rams were 3.5. You were on the Rams. Seattle misses a field goal to win that.
We have to talk about that because Sam Darnold throwing 4 interceptions.
4 interceptions.
In a division.
Well, you know what's crazy is they had a chance to win that game.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing because there's no way he's going to do that again. Okay. We're back to action here, so we'll get to our picks. They swing it out. Do the Eagles, they'll start with it. Operating from left to right on your radio dial, that's Jacob Norris. His first points, he had 6 in the first half. The Eagles are going to need that as now the game is tied. And now some pressure in the backcourt. We'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Howe makes. They'll get it up, break the press with Hatcher. Hatcher with it near us on the wing. He'll bounce it to Suggs.
Patrick thought about
Gregoire with the strip. He'll get it up to Norris. Norris
great power
over the defender with the power dribble and in a quick 4-0 run. Norris into double figures. Rosepine has the lead. More backcourt pressure. That one coming our way. Suggs gets it. Hunter Vaughn guards him. Norris gets a pass tipped to Ross Gregoire. And a couple of turnovers here early. The Eagles, nice no-look pass. Hunter Vaughn layup is no good. We've got a whistle. So we got a whistle.
It looks like,
and I guess a timeout. Well, that's tough there on the break. I mean, the shot was missed, so it's kind of a break for Rosepine, I guess. But I think he was wanting to break after that turnover. Didn't know there was a dead ball scenario. We'll keep it right here But look, Seattle, I think Seattle, it can't get any worse. It can't get any worse for them because you throw 4 interceptions, you still have a chance to win in the end. Los Angeles looks great. I mean, there's bangers in that division in the NFC every week. So that's going to be interesting to follow.
But do you find it funny that it happened against the Rams again?
Yes, because that's who they lost in the playoffs last year. Yeah, maybe they just have his number. But look, if you're the Rams, you scored 14 early. Like, boom, boom, it was 14, and then you didn't score again until the fourth quarter. So they've got to figure some things out. Seattle's defense is just as good. That NFC West race is close. So after the timeout, it'll be Stanley basketball.
And Rosepine's still trying to use this trap. It seems to be working.
Yeah, they're doing well. They forced 2 turnovers, nearly a third before that timeout. They have a 2-point lead. And now a near tie-up. Hatcher gets it out. And we've got something on the floor as they'll pick that up. Another turnover. Norris with a little room service on the other end with a left hand. And the defense has been ramped up. And it's Jacob Norris 6, Stanley nothing here in the third quarter. 34-30. Here's some more pressure. They'll get it up to Hatcher. Jack Spoor there. They leave it off. Layup no good, but affected by Spoor. Offensive rebound to Hatcher. He shoots through some bodies. No good. Rebound pulled down by the Panthers. And now some body contact there and a foul. And that will be on Ross Gregoire. Nice sportsmanship there to help up.
That's his first.
Picnia, his first foul. They'll get it to Jay Will. He's triple team. Tries to shoot over the taller defender, Spoor. It's both Spoors on the field, on the court. Coach Howe is like down here at midcourt with us. He's blocking my view, screaming for a foul. Whistle out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles. 6:14 to play here in the third quarter. Eagles and Jacob Norris on a little mini run here. And now a steal. They'll get it up on the break to Suggs, and he lays it in. Tremontre Suggs.
His first points of the third quarter.
And it's 34-32. They'll get it up to John Spoor. He's looking to get to the rack. Takes the contact. Can't finish this one. That's the first time he's not been able to finish one of those, but he's headed to the free throw line for 2 shots. That foul was on Hatcher, his third.
And for Stanley, they have 2 players in with 3 fouls.
Yeah, we usually go over the foul situations that have, but we've got so much going on. Is that one no good?
You know, we run a tight schedule today, so.
We are. We'll get it in, though. I can figure that out. John goes 1 for 2. He's got 19. The lead is 3, 35-32, 5:50 to play in the third. Panthers, this pressure defensively has affected Stanley. Gregoire Norris collapse at midcourt. They'll get it to Jay Will, and he has been money from that little elbow jumper. He's got 12. I think all 12 have come from right there on one side of the elbow. They'll get it up to Jack Spoor.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think 2 of them came from free throw line.
That's right. He did shoot some free throws. And we got a reach-in foul, and that is on Hatcher again. He's got 4, 1 more, and he'll be sitting watching the rest of this one with us.
Pretty much. Hope we got some slides with them.
Deep 3 from Jack Spoor, no good, and a rebound athletic. Xavier Thomas clears that one. Faces the double team, gets out to Suggs. Suggs a little Euro step, tried to get it to Hatcher. That one was deflected. He saves it in bounds. Logan Pickney, who had 9 points in the first half, has it. Suggs, extra pass to Hatcher in the corner. Hatcher on a baseline. He's cut off there by Vaughn. Vaughn active defensively, and they'll bring it back up top. Again, the defense has ramped up for Rosepine here. Now a timeout. And, again, that one forced by the Rosepine defense. Mike, you ready to do some picks real fast? We will do college first. And if we stop, we'll keep going. Missouri at Oklahoma. OU is a 7.5-point favorite. I bet on Mizzou all year. I'm going to take the Sooners. They are ready for a playoff spot.
Oklahoma.
Missouri.
Mike, Missouri, there you go. Ain't a whole lot of great games this week. Virginia Tech is a 17.5-point underdog against Miami. They've got them at home. I'll take VT. They've got James Franklin now. We didn't even talk about that.
I'll take
Miami.
VT.
VT. Well, they don't have James Franklin yet, so you're keeping VT. Oregon, number 8, is hosting USC.
Oh.
Oregon is a 10.5-point favorite. Again, these Big Ten games just don't matter to me. The Ducks, I'm going to take the Ducks because USC didn't cover for me last week.
I got USC.
USC. Texas coming off that blowout to Arkansas. Arkansas coming off a close one to the Tigers. Texas is an 8.5-point favorite in this one. Can the Hogs keep it close?
No.
Texas. Derrick. Texas. And Texas for me. We'll put a bow on it right there. Back to action we go. 3 ball from Hatcher is no good. Great box out by Vaughn, and the rebound cleared, 1 and done for Stanley. Eagles looking to push. John Spohr with it. He'll bounce it over to Ross Gregoire. Jacob Norris with it. He's trying to operate at the top. Pressured. He'll give it up. Jack Spohr to John over across the way. Now he penetrates in. Sees 3 bodies, and he'll be blocked on the way up. Rebound pulled down by Pickney. And nice job by Vaughn on the steal. And he'll get it up to Gregoire. Ross skips it over to Norris. Norris near us. Eagles going from left to right on your radio dials in the home whites. Purple letters and numbers trimmed in black with a little purple stripes down the side. John Spohr going baseline. Takes some contact. I think he was going up with that one. He'll leave it off for Hunter Vaughn, who gets into the scorebook for his first basket. It's 37-34, halfway through the third quarter, 4 minutes counting. And a sub coming in, Robert Rogers for the Panthers. And we got a whistle here. They'll
give you a blocking foul.
Yeah, I think that one on Jack Spohr. And it is the blocking foul. Good call there. Robert Rogers checking in.
His first. That was Jack's first.
Yep. Just 1 apiece for Jack Spohr, Ross Gregoire, Hunter Vaughn. We said Jack has 1, and Jacob Norris, Josh Robinson 1 apiece. So foul situation for Rosepine's pretty good. Nobody more than 1.
They say the same for Stanley, though.
No, Stanley, they're starting to pile up. But again, the luxury of that is they go deep. They do put about 10 or 12 on the floor. And this time they'll throw that one into the backcourt, and Ross Gregoire will keep it in play on the break. Easy layoff for Norris. And again, that's a great play by Gregoire. Again, they're going to let that one roll all the way out. Instead, Jacob Norris has 9 in the quarter. Ross Gregoire with a hustle, steal, and assist. It's 39-34. Rosepine over Stanley. Brandon Jackson coming to the scores table. J. Will Williams. That one does not go from the free throw line. Up ahead, Norris looking to run. He'll lay it in off the window, and he's just cherry picking now. He's got 10 in the quarter, 16 for the evening. And again, he's just the beneficiary of running the floor with an easy lay-in. 41-34, biggest lead of the game for Rosepine. The pressure starting to ramp up. Gregoire and Norris double team Thomas. He'll leave it off for Suggs. Gregoire nearly picks his pocket, hits the deck, gets the steal. Foot race in the backcourt, and Norris is going to have it go off his hand last. A good hustle either way.
This Gregoire kid.
Yeah, man, this is exactly what it was last year. Look, he didn't get on the floor much, but when he did, this is exactly what it was like. Now you just get
that explains.
You get 4 quarters. Again, I mean, look, he's still young. He's an underclassman. Yeah, just this pressure has ramped up for Rosepine. Is having trouble getting it into the front court, and now for the moment that stops that one because Avian Thomas with the 3, his first points of the game. It's 41-37. Rosepine still leads. 2:35 to play in the quarter. Score rises and fires, no good. Rebound pulled down by Pickney, and Stanley looking to get ever closer. Running the floor is Robert Rogers. Little spin move, face up, no good. And John Spohr with it, and a head full of steam into the front court. He'll lower the shoulder, throw up a wild shot. I think he's anticipating some contact there. He doesn't get it. Back come the Panthers. Thomas leaves it off. J. Will running the floor. That's one of the few times he hasn't shot it from the elbow. 14 for J. Will Williams. 2-point lead for the Eagles. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Gregoire with it, operating here on the wing near us. Running the floor. Front of the baseline's Jackson. Brandon Jackson got the purple headband on. He checks in. Down to Vaughn. Back to Jackson. Swinging it around the perimeter. Gregoire line up a 3. That one in after a couple of rolls. He just looks and smiles. Ross Gregoire. That kind of night. He's got 5. 95 seconds to play in the third.
After the night he's having with all the hustle plays, he deserved that little.
Yeah, he gets the home roll about 3 times. We'll get it back to Thomas. Over at the wing, Gregoire hounds him. Jackson comes to help. He'll give it up. Rogers catches shoot in the corner. That one rattles down. And that's a 3 for Rogers, who was scoreless in the first half. And now it's a 2-point game with 1:05 to play in the third. In a good back-and-forth game. The Eagles using some defense here. John Spohr lines up the 3. He just can't get one to go out there. And we have a whistle.
I think that's his 4th.
I was going to say at least 4 or 5. And a whistle. We'll see who the foul's on. That is on Hunter Vaughn. That is Vaughn's second. Yeah, he's had some looks. And again, once Rosepine started to kind of cave in that painted area. The kickouts are there. They just haven't been able to knock down any threes, except for the one Ross Gregoire had that bounced out about 4 or 5 times up off the rim. 52 seconds to play. Rogers, another catch over into the corner. And swinging up. A lot of action behind this, and now a little face-up by Jay Will, and that is pure. He got a smooth little jumper from the mid-range. He's got 16. 34 seconds to play. Rosepine will go with a couple more subs.
That is Austin Lounsbury.
Lounsbury and Jacob Norris come back in. Gregoire hounded up there by some defenders. Running the baseline, they'll bounce it off, and Jackson gets blocked and out of bounds. Back to the Panthers, tied at 44. Ross Gregoire will get a well-deserved break, as will Jack Splorer. 20.5 to play. Tied up. Stanley, see if they play it for the last shot.
And Brendan Jackson is still trying to plead his case to the referee that Jay Will had touched the ball last.
Yeah, he might get it again here. He's kind of setting up in his honey hole. He's back to the basket at the elbow. They'll go away from him. Okay, get back to Thomas with 7 seconds to play. He gets it back to the basket, face up, over Spore. Cash money, man. 1 second to play, and Jackson doesn't see the clock. He'll just throw that one out, and that will end the third. J. Will Williams, he is cooking from the mid-range. He gives Stanley a 2-point lead, 46-44. We have the final 8 minutes. You're listening to the Road to the Championships on today's Country 105.7.
Healthcare is so important. That's why choosing the right pharmacy is just as important as seeing the right doctor. You want someone who treats you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way Pharmacy right here in Leesville is just that place. Thrifty Way Pharmacy is locally owned and operated by a caring and knowledgeable staff that will treat you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way cares for our community. Come home. Come to Thrifty Way Pharmacy. Thrifty Way Health Mart, caring for you and about you. Thrifty Way, your hometown choice.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent David Heyman is your go-to agent in Leesville for service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent David Heyman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 337-239-9999 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to underwriting requirements.
A 16-16 third quarter, but the Panthers carry a 2-point lead into the fourth with the basketball. That shot short, and a rebound pulled down by Jackson. That was a 10-point quarter for Jacob Norris. He's got 16. And it's Norris with the basketball, and Eagles trailing by 2 here in their season opener. Catch and shoot from Jackson for 3. That one no good, but the rebound pulled down. That's Austin Lounsbury, his first bit of run here, and a second chance opportunity for the Eagles. Hunter Vaughn skips it back over to Norris. Norris, a little inside-out dribble. Thought about a 3. Now he'll zip it underneath the basket, and a turnover back to Stanley. Again, it'll be a little bit before Norris gets into full basketball mode as he came over, played football for the first time this season. But once he gets his feet under him, I think they'll be a little bit more, stable at the offensive and kind of just handling the basketball up. It's kind of been a hodgepodge of guys. Now, Thomas with the basketball here. He'll get it over to Jalen Suggs. Now inside they go to Robert Rogers, and he puts it through the contact. And Rogers has 5 points, and the lead is 4.
The coach's pleaded is...
Yeah, he wanted a foul there. And a timeout from Coach Howe. We'll keep it right here, though, because we got to finish our college ones at least, and then we'll do the NFL ones when we close the show. Vanderbilt, a 9.5-point favorite against Kentucky. They're looking to stay in the college football playoff hunt. Do they cover the 9.5 win by 10?
Yes.
Mike, yes, no?
Yes.
Vandy, I'll take the doors as well. Georgia Tech, also, nobody wants to win the ACC. They should just cancel the conference. Georgia Tech, a 2.5-point favorite against Pitt. Pitt got crushed by Notre Dame. I'll take the Yellow Jackets to win that one by 2.5.
I'll take the Yellow Jackets.
Tennessee, Florida, big rivalry. Florida nearly beat Ole Miss on the road last week. They're back at home. Tennessee, college football playoff hopes are over. Florida's a 3.5-point underdog. This is not that big of a line, but I'm going to take the Gators.
I got the Gators.
I got the Vols.
And our last one, BYU at 12. They'll go to Cincinnati, who's ranked 25th and a 2.5-point dog. I like BYU a lot, man. Bear Brockmeyer is a monster at quarterback. He wears 47.
Give me BYU.
BYU.
and all across the board. So that means we'll probably all lose that one. Man, I think we only had a couple of different ones. Back to action here. And again, like I said, we'll close out with our NFL picks later. Norris gets it over to Jackson. Brandon Jackson, one of the newcomers as well on this team. 6:45 to play. Eagles trail 48-44. They need some baskets and some stops. Norris throws it up. I think he was expecting the lob. And out on the fast break goes Thomas. Lays it off the window and in. I think Norris was looking for that backdoor cut. And he threw it up and hit the top of the rim. They'll get it over to Vaughn. On the give and go, they try to go to Jackson. And another turnover, and it's a 6-point game. I think they need to get Ross Gregoire back on the floor, and here he comes. Because you can't just jumble in some guys here late.
I mean, it's the first game of the season. They're trying to see where guys fit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But you kind of want to win one.
Yeah.
And near turnover, trying to save it over there is Thomas. And we will have a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. 6 minutes to play in this one. Eagles trail by 6. You're listening to the Road to the Championships on today's Country 105.7.
Buying, selling, or refinancing your home? Let the Rethink Title Company work for you. Have a commercial real estate transaction? We can do that too. With over 35 years experience as a full-service real estate title company, we strive to provide personal attention and efficient results throughout the entire settlement process, giving you peace of mind. Give us a call at 337-404-4060 or stop by our office at 116 East Lula Street in Leesville. The team at Rethink Title are proud supporters of our area students and athletes and wish the best of luck on their future endeavors.
Back here at Rosepine, the college football playoff rankings have been released. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, 8-3, Georgia 4. On the outside, Ohio State's 12th team, so it ain't top 4. Texas Tech 5th, Ole Miss 6th, Oregon 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama, respectively. How Alabama's still 10th, I do not know, but their season will end on the Plains in the Iron Bowl. Stanley Panthers lead 50-44, 5:50 to play, and we will have a reach-in foul on Ross Gregoire. I didn't like the call, but only his second foul. So, again, you like the aggression. You need turnovers and stops. And that third quarter was Ross Gregoire and Jacob Norris. And that's what got Rosepine back in it and the lead momentarily. That's a turnover. Austin Lonsberry gets down there, puts a body on Robert Rogers and forces the loose ball. 5:40 to play. Eagles trail by 6, 50-44. Yeah, Stanley 5-1. Coming in here already with 6 games under their belt. Gregoire thought about another 3. He'll get it to Norris. Lefty lines it up, cashes it in.
He's starting to heat up.
Jacob Norris has 19. Yeah, he's tied for the scoring lead. And he is starting to cook here in the fourth. Lonsberry affects the shot. Rogers gets the rebound and puts it up over 3 white jerseys. Rogers starting to be a factor down there. He's got 7 all here in the second half. 52-47. Ross Gregoire with it. He'll kick it into the corner. Jack's score for 3 is good. His first, and it seems like all of a sudden the threes are starting to fall for Rosepine. They've got some good looks, just been able to cash them in. It's a 2-point game. Some pressure here into the backcourt. And Norris nearly picks the pocket. That should be a 10-second call. Instead, it'll be a turnover. Gregoire gets it. Set up for 3. He's fouled from behind. And Ross Gregoire, who kind of hesitated that first time, will go to the free throw line. He is fouled by Jay Will. That's his second. But a chance to tie or take the lead for Ross Gregoire and the Eagles.
And look at Stanley's foul trouble. You got Connor Hatcher with 4, get Xavier Thomas with 3, Jay Will with 2, and Sud and Junior Sud with 1.
Gregoire makes the first, and actually Sud's 13 has 1. I had to fix that at half, and you'd ran to take a break. So, but I checked at the book. And Gregoire's second is good. He'll have 1 more. He gets the home roll there. Check in by number 13, Jermon for Suds.
I feel like he's getting home roll. He's going to be lucky tonight with these home rolls.
Yeah, he's able to get a couple of bounces at 3, and then at second free throw, have 1 more to try to take the lead here. Off the back iron, too strong, but Jack gets the rebound. He'll kick it out to Ross for 3. Thought about it. Pull it back down to Norris. Norris with it. He'll swing it to the corner. Gregoire for the lead. Off the back iron, no good, but the long rebound back out to Spoor. Jacob Norris hounded. He'll zip one underneath. Nice pass. Lonsberry lays it in. Jacob Norris with a fine assist at the top. Zipped one under the basket. Easy layup. The Eagles have the lead. 54-52. 4:20 to play. What a pass underneath the Rogers. He's fouled by Lonsberry. Can't finish, but he'll head to the free throw line. You know what? Robert Rogers didn't start this game, but he's come in and made an impact here.
I mean, it's those I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. The spark plug guys, the guys who don't start, but he's come off the bench and just get a quick few points just to get some momentum back in the game.
Yeah, you see a burst here and there, and he hit a 3 earlier. Gets that one rolled out on him. So still 52-54. Eagles lead by 2. And Robert Rogers, no points in the first half, but 7 here in the second, 4 in the quarter, and make it 5. As he gets Stanley 1 point closer. Eagles 54, Panthers 53. Gregoire throws it to Lonsberry. Nice catch. Tried to leave it off. And a little careless with the basketball. That should have been an easy 2. Instead, Rosepine throws it away. And now they'll get it on the back poke. Score bounces it to Norris. Jacob for 3. That one off the back iron. No good. Rebound is put back and in. And the foul. Jack Spoor with the offensive rebound. He put it back, took the contact, and he's headed to the free throw line.
He has 5 in the quarter.
And I missed who that foul was on. That was on Pickney. Now the pressure starts to ramp up. Free throw was good. And Gregoire picks up the foul. Crowd behind me wanted the offensive foul on the chicken wing there to try to get around Gregoire, but said it's his third. 57-53, Eagles lead. Thomas bounces it over to Suggs. Skip pass over to the corner. Pickney for 3. That one is good. He hasn't scored since the first quarter, and it's 3 big ones, a 1-point lead for Rosepine. Now the pressure. They'll skip it over here near us to Jacob Norris.
And those dangerous cross-court passes are going to...
Yeah, that's how you get a layup on the other end there.
Or just not even a layup, just numbers. You can have a center.
Gregoire lines it up at the top of the key. That one's short. Skying for the board is Pickney. Rosepine still leads by 1. 3:10 to play in the ball game. Jay Will leaves it off. Rogers, little baseline jumper from mid-range is no good. Long rebound tapped out. And it's John Spoor into the clear. He's got numbers to Norris. Little ball fake. Trying to take on the contact. Can't finish. Norris nearly ties up into the backcourt. And we will have a whistle. And that foul on Lonsberry. We are awfully close to shooting free throws here.
That's his second. He picked up 2 quickly in the fourth quarter.
But that's why you go deep. You can play 8 or 9 of them, you get 5. So 2:54 to play in the ball game. Rosepine 57, Stanley 56. Rogers with it, throws it up. Norris nearly steals it away. Scramble for the loose basketball. Sliding all over the floor. Ref in the way. They'll kick it back out to Kazavian Thomas, guarded by Gregoire. Here comes the double from Norris. They'll skip it over to Suggs. Junior Suggs with it. Goes in, and the floater is good with 2.5 minutes to play. Stanley has the lead, 58-57. Gregoire operates here. He'll bounce it over to John Spoor. 3 ball from Jack is good. It rattles around and goes down, and Rosepine has the lead. Jack all 9 of his points here in the quarter. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play. They break the press through the Panthers. Numbers. Lonsberry back to defend. The layup scoop shot is good. And Suggs with 15. 60-60. 2 minutes to play. They'll skip one up. John Spoor on the extra pass from Lonsberry. That one off the back iron. No good. Sky for the board. Scramble for it. And no signal, but the referee on the baseline. We'll give it back to Stanley. Again, that was Jack Spoor under there. Lonsberry tried to get a hand on it, but a good look from John. That would have given Rosepine the lead. 60-all, 1:50 to play in the ball game. Pickney with it. He'll get it over to Thomas. Pace a little bit slower here. 1:39 to play, tied at 60.
I mean, you don't really want to force a shot here. And
they'll bounce it to Jay Will. Nice pass to Rogers, but it's stolen away. John Spoor gets it. They tried to swing it down in there to Jay Will. Gregoire gets it. He'll hand it off to Norris, and Coach Howe calls the timeout. We'll take it with him. 1:25 to play. This has been a fantastic one to open our season. 60-60, Rosepine and Stanley. You're listening to the Road to the Championships on today's Country 105.7.
Dale Peterson, pharmacist, and the staff at Rosepine Family Pharmacy are proud supporters of the Road to the Championships. Rosepine Family Pharmacy knows that the combination of academics and athletics help young people become well-adjusted citizens. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Call 337-462-0177. Serving the community since 1985, choose your hometown pharmacy to fill your prescription needs.
Back here at Rosepine, I was getting the timeout situation. I think 2 timeouts left for Stanley and 2 for Coach Howe and the Eagles. Tied at 60. Eagles basketball after they forced the turnover.
I mean, that's great to have 2 timeouts with, I would say, 70 seconds left.
1:25.
Okay.
Yeah, they had the full timeout clock on.
Oh.
So here we go. It'll be Norris to trigger it in from the side, I think, unless it's going to be Gregoire. It is Ross Gregoire. So Norris pops out. He'll get it. 60-60, Rosepine Stanley. It has been a great game here to open our road to the championships. Ross Gregoire with it over on the wing. 1:15 to play. Eagles will operate a little bit slower. Spohr with it. Jack Spohr. A little behind the back dribble. Back to Gregoire. Norris nearly walked with it. He gives it back to Ross. 1:05 to play in the ball game. Jack Spohr weaving out of a double team. We'll get it to Lonsberry. And that will be a whistle and a foul. They hit the arm. That is 13. Suds.
That's a Suds.
So it'll be Gregoire to trigger it in. 1:01 to play. They'll get it up top to Jack Spohr. They'll get it to his brother John. Back to Jacob Norris. He'll back out. Under 55 seconds to play. Norris trying to go baseline. Puts it up off the window. No good. Scramble for the rebound, and we will have a tie-up. And the possession arrow will give it back to the Eagles. 47.2 to play, and Coach Howe will take one of his 2 remaining timeouts. So he's got a 30 and a full left. But again, pretty good defensive pressure there by Stanley on that possession for Rosepine. They got fortunate to tie it up under the basket, but it's 60-60. Again, this has been a fantastic game to open our season. As Stanley comes in at 5-1, this is the season opener for Rosepine. After the first quarter, Stanley led by 2, 19-17. They led at the half, 30-28. Led by 2 at the end of the third quarter, 46-44, and we are knotted here at 60. A couple of times, Rosepine's taken the lead. I think their biggest lead may have been 7, 6 or 7.
I think that's the biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, it's been back and forth. And it'll be 47.2 remaining. Ross Gregoire on the baseline to trigger it in for the Eagles.
And if I'm Rosepine, I'm not forcing the shot. Just try to get something easy.
They'll get it to Norris now to John Spohr. Spohr back to the basket. 40 seconds to play. He'll get it to Jack. Here comes a little bit of a double team. John Spohr with it, guarded there by Pickney. Now hand it off to Jacob Norris. 32 seconds to play. Norris gets into a triple team. Lobs it up. Lonsberry unable to grab it. Scramble for it, and they will give it to Stanley as that one ricocheted off of a couple of bodies. 26.5 seconds to play. And we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break. 26.5 seconds to play in regulation. Tied at 60. So road to the championships on Pace Country 105.7.
Are you paying your bank to hold your money? If so, it's time to make the switch to a bank with totally free checking. Sabine State Bank offers free checking with no fees, no minimum balance, no balance requirements, no analysis fees, and we still include check images in your statements without a fee. There is even a free small business account. If you really want free checking, stop by one of our convenient 45 locations. Sabine State Bank. Our goal, your future success. Member FDIC.
So just one timeout apiece for each coach. 60-60 our score. Rosepine in the quarter has a 2-point advantage. 16-14. Again, we are in the late stages. Crunch time here.
Hey, Sean, what do you do? What do you do if you're Rosepine here?
I think you play it out. You force some turnovers with that pressure. Obviously, still not in the bonus for either team. 26.5 to go. It is Thomas way back into the backcourt, guarded by Ross Gregoire. Gregoire will let him get across midcourt. Norris tried to help on defense, and they will foul Suds, and that is
Jacob Norris.
Jacob Norris with his second, and it'll be 2 shots. I'm sorry, I thought we were. Actually, no, Rosepine had 4, so the next one would be in the bonus. And that was a long ways to the basket. So 2 free throws coming with 16.9 to play. First free throw is well short. Roger Suds.
That's not what you want if you're Stanley.
15 points. Student section, like we're at a funeral here. Some noise. Here we go. 60-60. This one for the lead. And that one off the front rim, off the backboard and in. Suds with 16. 15 seconds to play a 1-point game. They'll get it up to Spoor. John Spoor bounces it to Norris. Norris to Jack Spoor. 8 seconds. This is the final possession. Jacob Norris for 3. Top of the key. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound pulled down with 2 seconds left. And loose ball. It won't count. Norris' shot no good. And the final score, Stanley comes into Rosepine and gets the win 61-60. A frantic possession there for Rosepine, but you got to pressure the defense by the Panthers. But they got a great shot. Jacob Norris, a couple of feet out from the three-point line, but he had a great look. And the Eagles fall to 0-1, and Stanley improves to 6-1. This is a big win for the Panthers. And again, the Eagles, I think the story of this one, just too many turnovers late. They had a couple possessions to take the lead and unable to do so. And again, I expect Jacob, who started to cook a little bit there in that second half, he'll start to get his feet under him, and that shot's going to go in. Derrick will take a break, come back with the scoring totals, and then we'll do our picks and get out of here. But what a game to start.
They make it up before that.
No, our road to the championships. 61-60, Stanley wins the nightcap. We'll be right back to recap it all on the road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be
ready the refund.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Answer the call. Become an EMT in 12 weeks. Acadian Ambulance and the National EMS Academy are looking for dedicated people just like you to join their upcoming EMT class. With convenient hybrid training, you can become a certified medic and start saving lives. EMT positions are open right here in central Louisiana and across our 4-state service area. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. Seats are limited, so don't wait. Visit becomeamedic.com to get started. That's becomeamedic.com.
Back here in Rosepine, where the Eagles unable to complete the home sweep tonight in our season opener. But what a fantastic game to start off our road to the championships. Stanley hangs on for dear life. They win it 61-60. Again, Rosepine had a chance. Last shot, got a good look, just didn't fall. Look, they had a little run there in the third quarter, and at the beginning of the fourth, they started to knock down some threes, but just not enough falling tonight. If they do, they probably get out of this thing with some double digits. But look, you got to credit Stanley, man. The athleticism, especially inside the paint, kind of affected Rosepine. They had 3 in double figures, 18 for J. Will Williams, man. He didn't even score in the fourth, but it felt like every time he got to his spot, he knocked it down. 16 for Jermontre Suds. He had 5 there in the fourth, made the big free throw to give them the 1-point lead. And let's see who was Logan Pickney had 12. He had a big 3. Didn't score until hadn't scored since the first quarter. Hits a big 3 there to kind of cut into that Rosepine lead. But for Rosepine, 2 players in double figures, 19 apiece from Jacob Norris and John Spoor. Jacob had 6 at the half, so 13 in the second half. Look, it's going to take him a little bit to get his feet under him. But look,
first game? Yeah,
first game back. He hasn't even practiced. He just came back to practice last week. His football season ended. That's a guy they're going to rely on big time. But look, I think the key is John Spoor got you 18 at half. He finishes with 19. I think he needed to be a little bit more involved, but I think the adjustment that Stanley made because they clogged that lane.
I think that's where it was more Stanley's.
That's the thing. I don't think it was just John being passive. I think he'd get in there.
He tried.
And he was bouncing around in some blue jerseys as they were just knocking him around and making him give it up. But then again, you had some other guys step up. And all in all, it's a 1-point loss for the Eagles. But I'm excited to get this season started. And I'm excited that you're with me, man. That was a lot of fun.
It was. Definitely for my first game.
Yeah, you could have asked for a better first game. Came down to the last possession. Look, we've had a couple of overtime games, all that good stuff. But again, as this new group here with Rosepine, like the boys, they had a lot of turnover from last year. They got a lot of guys in some new roles. They're going to figure this thing out, but a lot of fun to watch. And like I said, credit to Stanley. They're going to be a team to keep an eye on in Class B.
This is definitely going to be a fun.
Yeah,
definitely going to be a fun.
Look, they're 6-1 now. I'm sure we'll see them probably in the playoffs.
Hopefully. Some
of our teams in the area could be a good matchup there. But again, if you're joining us late, the Lady Eagles do pick up their win in their season opener, 64-19. 3 players in double figures led by Case James with 20, 14 for Brooklyn LeCaz, 11 for Haley Calcote, 7 from Allie Wilson O'Banion, 5 from Raylan Ferris, 3 from Marley Jones, Sydney Davis, and Kinley Wilson O'Banion, 2 apiece. As for the Eagles, 19 apiece from John Sporer, Jacob Norris, 9 from Jack Sporer, 7 from Ross Gregoire, and about 18 steals, attempts, and loose balls and hustle plays. Hunter Vaughn, Josh Robinson, Austin Lonsberry, 2 points apiece, but the Eagles do fall 61-60 in the opener. Let's close this out with our picks. Mike, get back in here. We've got NFL picks, a pretty good slate of NFL games this week. Look, like we said, the Chiefs, they're hanging on.
Is it panic time yet?
They get the Colts at home. Colts coming off a bye. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorite. Mike, did they cover the 3.5?
Yes.
KC, what about you? You think?
Yes.
You know what? Y'all are going to make me go with the Colts, aren't you?
Of course.
I'm going to go with the Colts, even though I don't want to.
You have to die on the hill by yourself.
Did y'all know the Bears are 7-3?
Wow. No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it matters, but they are. They're 3.5-point favorites against Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers probably out.
I'm taking the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears.
Yeah, Dennis Allen's defense has done a good job. I'll take the Bears as well. Steelers trying to hang on in there in that North. The Bengals, speaking of the AFC North, 8.5-point underdogs against New England. Do the Pats go in there and blow them out? I think Cincinnati covers.
I like the Patriots.
Pats want to blow them off.
Patriots for both of you. I'm for some reason on the Bengals again.
Why?
Cowboys.
Wait, you got to think about this, though. They don't have Jamar this game.
They don't.
Yeah.
But they're at home, and they've got T. Higgins and Jamar. Shame on you for spitting at somebody. Can't do that. Eagles at the Cowboys. Cowboys covered the last one. I don't get that many points this time. I only get 3.5.
Somebody spit on somebody, Jalen Carter.
Yeah, he wasn't there for that first game. He got kicked out immediately, basically a one-game suspension because you get kicked out 5 seconds in. I'm taking Dallas to cover the 3.5.
I'm taking Dallas.
I got Dallas.
Yeah, I don't care what the Eagles' record is. They suck, man. I'm sorry. Like, they're not good. Like, they're not. If Dan Campbell didn't go for it every play and just kick field goals, they probably win that game the other night.
You don't
like
Nick Sirianni, though, do you?
I hate him. He's a clown. I mean, he went for the tush push and gave him a free points. Like, he's a clown, dude. He's a clown. Bucks can't get it done against the Bills. Guess what? Let's get back on the horse and head to Los Angeles. We got the Rams. The Rams are a 7.5-point favorite. I think the Bucks keep it close.
I like the Rams.
No. The Rams going to blow them off.
Rams going to blow them off. Your Panthers get a big win on the road. Monday Night Football this time.
Okay.
They go into the 49ers. 7.5-point favorites are San Fran. Can the Panthers cover the 7.5?
No.
Yes.
No for Mike. Yes for Derrick, who that is his favorite team. Man, 7.5's high, but I do think the Niners can play defense.
It's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be a blowout.
I don't think it'll be 10, but I think they could win by 8 or so.
If it was asking this 2 years ago, then the answer would have been they would get a blow out the water. But this year,
yeah, I mean. Panthers, look, like I said,
anything can happen this year.
Look, I mean, when you play the vaunted Saints, it's just they're going to make you look more mortal. You know, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Thursday night, we'll get started early. The Bills get that big win over Tampa. Now they head to Houston, who is now 500. Houston has climbed out of their hole they put themselves in. 6.5-point favorite, or 6.5-point favorite of the Bills. Texans at home. That defense, I think they get after Josh Allen and cover. I don't think they win, but I'm going to take Houston.
I'm going to take the Bills.
I think. Yeah, the Bills, because Josh Allen did have 6.
He's a freak, but
6 touchdowns.
Arguably the dumbest interception I have ever seen in the first quarter of that game. Did y'all see him throw the ball while he was wrapped up with 2 hands? No. He just shoveled it out right to a guy. Of course, Bucks can't punch it in. They kick field goal. In our last game on the docket, the Saints are a favorite against the haphazard Atlanta Falcons. It'll probably be Kirk Cousins, Tyler Shuck's first home game. It's Falcons hate week. The Saints are a 1.5-point favorite. They have one less win than Atlanta. They will have the same amount of wins when it's all said and done. I think they win this game by a field goal. Saints.
Saints.
We are Saints across the board, which means they'll probably win by one. Still a win as long as it's a heartbreaker for the Falcons. Again, if you joined us late on the Gridiron Gumbo show earlier, DeRitter is at North DeSoto on Friday. We'll have that game for you on KROK 95.7.
The station that believes in dragons.
Again, a 16-1 matchup. Leesville on the road. They'll be at Sam Houston playing the 3-seeded LCCP Blazers. That game, if you want to listen to that one, it'll be on 93.5 KJAE. Tinder at home as well against Kaplan. The winners move on to the quarterfinals. Michael, pleasure to join you. Always, it's fun. The picks were good. Hopefully we do a lot better. Again, we are winding down football season, and we are full speed ahead into basketball. It was a great road to the championships opener. For Derrick Lee, Michael, back in studio, I'm Sean Larken. Good night, and we will see you next time on today's Country 105.7.